boom, the Oilers, they win an absolute huge game against the Buffalo Sabres, and for the time being draw back inside with the Seattle Kraken for that third spot in the Pacific Division. 78 points is the number now, 17 away from that magical maybe 95 mark to make the NHL playoffs in the Western Conference this year. Friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV, and yes, you can play La Bamba tonight as the Oilers go out there and in big fashion win a big game against the Buffalo Sabres. And oh, by the way, too, Connor McDavid having a pretty fantastic night. I think a career record best setting night, by the way, as well, scoring point number 124 on the season. Friends, a big game from Connor McDavid. Before we get too far, if you're new to the channel, tuning into this game review, what I want you to do is consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. I'd love to have you aboard for more Oilers chats the rest of the season long and then all through the playoffs. But before we get there, we have to recap tonight's 3-2 victory over top of the Buffalo Sabres, which low scoring, low event, high stakes, and the Oilers get it done with Stuart Skinner in net yet again. 39-38 the shots between the Oilers and the Buffalo Sabres, and it was an absolute beauty for the Oilers to get the job done this evening. Like I said, Connor McDavid came up huge, but I think this game full well and fully deservingly belongs to Stuart Skinner's incredible 37 save effort in net for the Edmonton Oilers. Craig Anderson was pretty fantastic himself for the Buffalo Sabres, and the Oilers had 2 goals disallowed due to offsides. Obviously a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins goal, and secondary to that, a Zach Hyman empty netter that was disallowed due to an offside. So there you go. Connor McDavid, though, starts off the scoring summary. 53rd goal of the season. Ryan McLeod and Cody Ceci get the assist. So depth scoring was a theme tonight for the Oilers. McLeod's 10th assist, Cody Ceci's 11th assist of the season, and it was fantastic to see those two guys combine for a huge goal from Connor McDavid on the wraparound, and just a really good effort by Cody Ceci on that shift to keep the puck alive twice, 3 times over, in my opinion, as the Jets and Sharks are in overtime right now. However, it was short-lived. Jeff Skinner replied right back, 27 goals on the season for Jeff Skinner. Tage Thompson's 41st assist on the power play marker that made it 1-1 going into the intermission. Derek Ryan, his 11th goal of the season, though, with just a $1.15 remaining in that second period, was enough to set the Oilers into the second intermission with a 2-1 lead. Devon Shore, Darnell Nurse get the assist. Devon Shore's 6th assist, Darnell Nurse's 27th, and yes, indeed, the San Jose Sharks have just won an overtime game in Winnipeg, so that is huge for us as well. But Devon Shore and Darnell Nurse depth scoring there on Derek Ryan's goal as well. Dylan Cousins, though, 41 seconds into the third period, cuts it to a 2-2 game. Just get the lead, give up the lead. And all of a sudden, Jacob Bryson and Casey Middlestat draw the assist on what was a mind-boggling defensive breakdown from the Oilers. Thankfully, the rest of the way, they were pretty defensively solid, I must say. Connor McDavid, about 3 minutes later, gets a puck free from Warren Foegele, and Matthias Ekholm goes pretty much right to the net, scores a 5-hole goal on Craig Anderson, and it's a big-time victory for the Oilers. A 54th goal of the season, put him back on the 70-goal pace. Warren Fogel's 8th assist, Matthias Ekholm's 15th, and the Oilers continue all night to get depth scoring out of their big guys. The Oilers win 3-2, got sketchy towards the end with the empty net, but the Buffalo Sabres unable to capitalize despite many multitude of chances on Stuart Skinner, as Skinner makes 37 saves on 39 shots. 24-19 the hits for the Oilers, 33-18 the faceoffs. That's the biggest thing. The Oilers just completely outclassed the Buffalo Sabres in the faceoff dot tonight, which doesn't happen often, but it happened tonight, and it was a massive get for our Edmonton Oilers. The penalties, the Sabres were the only ones to score on the power play. The giveaways, takeaways, negligible, and 11-7 the block shots for the Buffalo Sabres. Stuart Skinner, though, my man that got the first star, I would believe, in this game. It's still too early to tell. 949 save percentage tonight. A rebound performance from the Oilers forwards, D, and the goaltending tonight to win this hockey game. And Craig Anderson, despite being stellar, finishes with a .919 and a loss on the hockey game for the Buffalo Sabres. It was a tough one, but a big game for the Oilers to win, and now, like I said, gets us up to 78 points on the season. And just to give you an idea of what the scoreboard was looking like at end of game, the Blackhawks up 3-0 on the Senators. The Flames winning 3-2 against the Stars. We need that to be a big-time victory for the Oilers in terms of the Flames winning, because obviously that would keep the Dallas Stars down away from the top of the Pacific Division. The only big game left on the calendar tonight, though, realistically speaking, is the LA Kings versus the Washington Capitals. And if there was ever a game you needed Ovi and the Caps to win, let me tell you, it is tonight against the LA Kings. That is the big time get for the Oilers. Stuart Skinner, though, one gaff on the 1-1 goal, but Stuart Skinner had himself a fantastic evening, friends, and I cannot talk enough about the efforts Stuart Skinner has put forward. I know I said this jersey belongs to James Hamblin, but at the end of the day, a Stuart Skinner jersey in this style is going to be looking real good here soon. I think it's going to be pretty undeniable that we're going to have to get a Stuart Skinner jersey at some point here, and that might be our new home jersey that I have to get done up in Stuart Skinner's number and nameplate. But friends, there isn't really much else to wrap up in this hockey game other than the standings, in which the Oilers need a positive result tonight, like I said, from the LA Kings. But obviously the Oilers getting 78 points on the season moves us back into technically 6th best points in the Western Conference, tied for 4th overall in points. The Oilers sit back of the Seattle Kraken in the Pacific Division for the time being, but that's just kind of part and parcel with how the games and stuff sit up. But as it stands, the Oilers would like to try and get through this wild card battle. 78 points, so at worst the Nashville Predators are 10 points back of us, and the Calgary Flames are 9 or 11 points back of us at the end of tonight's game against the Dallas Stars. Friends, it's been a fantastic night. Thank you to everybody that tuned in the live stream. Really appreciate everyone being aboard, but it's been a fantastic night to play La Bamba. The Oilers win a big-time hockey game. Stuart Skinner, though, can't rave about this enough. He had one solid, stellar save at the end of the third period that just absolutely stonewalled the Buffalo Sabres from making it a 3-3 game, and Connor McDavid the star of the game as well with 2 goals and goal number 53 and 54 of the NHL season. Friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in all evening long. I am, at long last, 2.5 hours into the live stream and 8 minutes into recording the post game, up on out of here.